Hi, I'm Tandy Gutierrez for Exercise TV, and this is Pilates Core Sculpt. It's a 10-minute workout focusing on your core, and nowadays that's sort of a buzzword for abs, but it's really the bottom of your pelvic floor all the way through the last two vertebrae, so it covers everything in your torso. This is the first series that I did after I had my son, so I live and die by this series. You're going to start on your back. Your legs are going to go straight up towards the ceiling, and your arms are long down by your side. Go ahead and curl up over the ribs and start your pumping for your hundreds. The hundreds kick on your transversus, which acts as your natural corset. So we automatically love that because it narrows everything in your midsection. You're going to inhale to scoop the belly low and exhale to curl up a little higher over the ribs. You're inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. Inhaling and exhaling. There's a total of 10 repetitions. If you get tired before the 10, that's okay. You can work your way up to it. You're going to inhale to scoop the belly and exhale to see if you can curl up higher and really reach with the fingertips. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Rest and lower down. Your hundreds also works as a warm-up to get the blood flowing, so you can be very clear that things are warm in the midsection. Hands are going to go behind your head and neck for the next set. You've got little crunches to begin with. You're going to be used to curling and squeezing your tailbone under you for your crunch. Today, let the tailbone relax and really feel your core lift you up so that you're pulsing up towards the ceiling, sternum to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, keeping the tailbone down and everything really tight and long across the front of the body. Last one, rest and lower down. For your second set of crunches, the knees are going to come to your tabletop position. Hands are still behind the head and neck. Take an inhale, exhale to curl up over the ribs and keep everything as square as you can from knee to ankle. And again, pulse sternum towards your knee for 10, 9, pulling the belly button down and up underneath the ribs. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest and lower down. Every time you change the leg angle on a crunch, you're adding more resistance to the low belly. So the final one is your legs at 45 degrees. They don't have to be totally straight, but if they are, that's good. Squeeze between the inner thigh. Take an inhale, exhale to curl up over the ribs and really pulse and crunch towards your knees. Again, keeping the back stable on the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Moving on to the series of 5, it's sort of the golden child of Pilates. So we're going to move backwards through it today. Your knees will be in your tabletop position. Your hands go behind the head and neck, and you curl up over the ribs, opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then switch. Again, it's a bicycle. It's an oblique exercise, so again, the sides of the body are really working. And reach up towards the knee. Don't let the legs do too much work. Last one on each side, and then lower down. Legs are going to go straight up towards the ceiling. Hands go behind your head and neck for your lower lift. The low belly is often the most stubborn, especially for women, so really scoop up and in as you lower the legs down towards 45 degrees and then lift up. People get really overzealous with these and try to take the legs all the way to the ground. It's not necessary. Inhale to scoop and lower the belly. Exhale, let the legs float back up towards the ceiling. 2 more times to really flatten and lengthen through the body, and then hover those legs back. Last one, hand up, rest, and lower down. Okay? Both of the legs are going to go straight up towards the ceiling, and you're going to hug behind the leg as you curl up over the ribs. Just pull little gentle tugs so that you get a little hamstring stretch along the way. Keep scooping the belly away from your thighs. You're trying to create the most amount of space between the leg and the torso that you can. 1 more on each side, and then lower down to the ground. There's 2 more in this series. You're going to hug your left knee in towards your chest and really curl up high over the ribs. This time you're going to hug that knee in as close as you can so you also get a hip stretch out of it. The elbows are wide, and you're just going to alternate in your hugs. You can try to curl up higher over the ribs as you go. You've got 2, 2, 1, 1, rest, and lower down. Your double leg stretch is sort of the fanciest out of the group. You're gonna curl up over the ribs, take the arms and legs out to 45 degrees, no lower, and then swim the arms around and hug in. Make sure that you can see your arms in your periphery vision. You don't want them weighing you down or taking them too far back. 3 more times. Inhale to reach. Exhale to scoop and hollow the belly. 2 more, keeping it really low in the core. And 1 more. You shouldn't feel anything in your back because your belly is doing all of the work. And lower down. You can leave your head on the ground for this next one. The knees are going to come into the tabletop position. Again, really addressing your internal obliques and that low belly. You're going to start little prances down towards the ground and up. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to lift. The goal is to try to keep the ribs knitted to the floor as you lower and lift so that there's no bellies pooching and there's no space under your low back. If you want a little more challenge in the exercise, you could curl up over the ribs and do 2 more on each side. Inhaling to lower, exhale to lift. Last set, and last one, and rest, and lower down to the ground. You're gonna come up to seated and keep your knees bent and the feet firmly planted on the mat. Hands are gonna go behind your head and neck, and you're gonna lift tall through the spine and really pull the shoulders down towards your hips. Little twists to each side. Take an inhale, exhale to pulse one direction 3 times. 3, 2, 1. To get more flexibility out of the upper back, press that back elbow, or see if you can feel your shoulder blades squeezing together. It's an oblique exercise, so the side of the body is really being wrung out, long and narrow. Last time, 1 more to each side. Last time, 3, 2, 1. Come to center and let your arms relax. You're gonna lay on your belly. For your swan, the feet are going to the corners of the mat, and you really want to tuck your tailbone under. The focus of it this time is to feel the stretch across the front of the belly so that you're going to press to lengthen and really let the front of your core stretch and then lower down with control. You're lengthening through the back of the neck. Really squeeze the elbows in and try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And lower down. Squeeze the tush, tuck your tailbone. It's going to protect your low back. If at any time you feel your low back, don't go up as high. You'll just focus on the length and opening through the spine, and then try to reach for that stretch in your core. Last one, peel and lengthen. Shoulders slide away from your ears. Keep everything really long, but really strong. Lower down, sit back over your heels in child's pose. From here, come to all fours. Your knees are right underneath your hips, and your hands are right under your shoulders. You're going to spread your fingers as wide as you can so you have a good base of support. It's sort of a regular cat stretch that you're familiar with, but you're going to add some dynamic tension. So push out of the meaty part of your palms. Really squeeze the shoulder blades down towards your hips and press into the shins and feet. Look towards your belly button, and then release. Again. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, really press it forward toward the palms, and look in towards your belly as much as you can, and then let it release. You're looking to generate as much strength and resistance as you possibly can. Tuck under, really look towards the belly button, draw the shoulder blades down towards your hips, and push the feet and shins into the floor as much as you can. One last time. Press through the feet and shins, pull the shoulder blades down. If you feel like you can let those knees hover, let them hover. You're floating from your core. 3, 2, 1, rest, and go ahead and sit back over your heels in child's pose. And that's your Pilates core sculpt workout. I'm Tandy Gutierrez. Thanks for working out with me today. And check out more of my workouts at exercisetv.tv.